Boom.
Mr. Reid,
What's going on?
thank you for sitting down with us, sir.
Happy to be here.
CMA Fest is back in full swing. How's it feel?
It's great. I'm on the back end of my CMA Fest journey this year. I played on Thursday, so I beat the rain. But it's great. I'm happy to be chilling for the rest of the weekend, I guess.
90,000 country music fans on Little Old Broadway. As a performer, what does that mean to have such a huge turnout to support live music?
Man, it's so cool. And I've grown up watching so many videos of other people playing CMA Fest. I used to spend a lot of time on YouTube watching those when I was a kid. So it's really wild to be here and be a small part of it. It's amazing. I'm pumped to be here.
Now, you have an amazing art, amazing sound, blending country, rock, and this soul.
Yeah.
Obviously, you probably had a bunch of influences growing up, but when did you find your sound?
I think for me, finding the sound was right around when I put my EP out a couple years ago. Specifically, there's a tune on that EP called Day You Don't, and it sparked everything for me as far as once we wrote that song. Like, I remember being in that right and being like, okay, like, we just did it once. Like, I wonder if I can do that a few more times, because that's definitely like where I want to go. So somewhere around when the EP was created was when I felt like I had a good grip on, what I wanted to do. But I think that's also like a always evolving thing. Even now, I feel like what we're doing is maybe slightly different than that. Still the same in some ways, but I think it's always evolving. I'm definitely the kind of guy that, like, I don't ever want to make the same exact record twice, personally. But yeah,
Like, you got to evolve, but stay authentically you.
right. Yeah, I think it's just it's with age too. As I've kind of grown up playing music, it's like the content changes here and there. Like, now I'm married, and a lot of the songs are getting more in that lane than the previous stuff.
Dude, congrats on that,
Thank
man.
you, thank you.
Like you said, so it's changed your little approach to music a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just for content, just like the stuff that's in the lyrics and whatever that is, or the feelings in my head are maybe a little happier. I don't know.
Yeah, since you came into the music industry, you just kicked the door down, man. The amazing album, all these tour dates. How's this journey been like for you?
It's been awesome, man. I mean, we started playing in Auburn when I was in school down there, so we're straight from the bars, Like, I remember one of the first big runs we ever were on was with the White Yoakum, and we were, like, straight out of the bars, like playing Sky Bar in Auburn for 3 hours.
Green as can be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had played a ton of music, but green completely to, like, touring at that level. So, man, it's awesome. Like, all we want to do is just get out there and play music and feel the energy from the fans, and just make it feel like a family in there. Just getting down, playing music. I was raised playing on the porch, like, with my neighbors, and that's what I wanted to feel like when we were playing a show,
And from the porch to CMA Fest.
Yeah. But live music, playing the show is what it's all about for me. I love every aspect of the business, but getting out there and seeing people react to songs you sat down and wrote with your buddies is what it's all about for me.
Now, what's the biggest life lesson you've learned along the way?
Oh, man, I think that it's never going to work out exactly how you think it's going to. Like, the journey, whatever you think the journey's going to be, it's definitely going to be different. If I've known anything, I think, I believe everything works for the good, but it never goes exactly how you think, but maybe that's for the better,
Now, you recently just teamed up with Drake White for a song, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We did a tune called The Wheel. I wrote that song with two of my friends, Farron Rachels and Luke Preston, and I just wrote it about myself pretty much, just, who I am. And I got the chance to go out on the road with Drake, and I was hanging out with him, and we had been writing some songs too, and I was like, feels like something he would do. And so I just shot my shot thinking he might be like, absolutely not. And he was like, yeah, when you want to cut it, like, I'm in. What do you want to do? Let me know. I was like, okay, easy enough. But it just made perfect sense, After being out there on the road with him, we could tell how much we were like each other. And so as much as it's about me, I guess it's a lot, he probably feels like it's about him.
And one of my favorite songs you do is actually your cover of Long Hair Country Boy.
Yeah.
I think it's a classic song, but you bring your own sound to it. Why did
Right.
you decide to put that one out?
Well, we had been covering it for years, since the Auburn days. Like,
Really?
that was like, still is, but it was kind of like always the end of our set. Was like we would do this big jam from Long Hair Country Boy to Midnight Rider, and when it came time to make the project, we were just like, maybe we should do a cover. We were kicking around ideas, and we were like, well, there was an obvious choice because we'd played it for years. But also, like, the iteration we were playing before it was cut was pretty drastically different.
Gotcha.
But when it came time to cut it, we were like, if you're going to cut a song that's as big of a song as Long Hair Country Boy, like, you don't want to do it. Nobody's going to do Charlie Daniels' version better than Charlie Daniels.
Exactly.
So we were like, let's do it completely opposite, still with paying respect to the song, but we don't want to act like we're being Charlie Daniels because nobody's going to be as good as him.
Some big
So-
shoes to fill, but
Right.
I think he would approve of
Well,
yours.
thank you. I hope he would. Yeah, it's just a gasoline rock and roll version, and it's a good ender to the set, I feel like.
What does the rest of this year look like for you? You staying busy?
Yeah, staying busy. I'm just writing a lot and going to start spending a lot of time working on the next project for the next few months. And then I'm sure we'll be back out on the road in the fall.
Now, my last couple questions are always my hardest. What do you hope your fans take away from your music?
Man, I hope they just feel free. I hope they feel completely disconnected from whatever problem they had that morning. I hope they're just like completely lost in whatever brings them joy about going to a show.
Gotcha. And speaking of a show, what's your favorite song to perform live?
Oh, man. It's ever changing, and especially like as we put out songs, it's typically whatever the newest one is. Lately, I've been having a lot of fun with the two newest ones, which is You Should Be Worried About Me and Drunk at Work. I've been having a lot of fun on You Should Be Worried About Me because I'm playing a lot of the lead parts, which is like a new thing. I've been like trying to push myself in that regard a little bit. My wife's always like, I'll be playing at home. She's like, why don't you do that on stage? So I'm trying to play a little bit more guitar on that one, which is fun. And then Drunk at Work's been awesome because it's just like such a fun song. I mean, that's the whole reason I cut that song in general is just because it kept making me smile. So I was like, it's got to make somebody else smile. So it's funny to see like us hit the hook of the chorus and everybody out there's like laughing. It's been a lot of fun.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Reid, appreciate you sitting down with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.